Hi everyone. So today I am finally sharing why I've been gone for the past 10 months without saying anything, without posting any announcement. I've just been literally gone from the face of the YouTube community. And that is for a couple of reasons, but of course, some do stand out more than the other. So, of course, I am focusing more on my mental health because back then it was rough. I was in a state where um school was rough, work was absolutely horrible, and my allergies were acting up. It was so bad to the point where I just needed to take a break from everything, and I just had to breathe, calm down, and start over in a sense. And that follows through with my second point, which is I started my own small business. And it's an arts business, of course. Everything is self drawn by me. I am an artist, always have been, always will be. So, starting my own business is not something easy, especially my first ever project was something like I bit more than I can chew. It was such a big project. I didn't realize it at the time, and that was clearly a big mistake in my part, but I pushed through it, and here I am now. So just try to imagine as an avid artist that used to draw every single day, the day she was born, I stopped drawing for a while, and I finally returned back to drawing, yeah, 10 months ago. And I just loved it so much, and I can't believe that I have left it before because I was so busy with life, with adulting, and it was such a big jump from me being a teenager, a child, going to an adult that's working in the real world. So I just didn't have time to draw anymore. So when I did eventually came back to drawing again, I fell in love with it all over again, and I had to start back from zero because my skills were like out of my body. But that's the fun of it, you know? So I really enjoyed it. And I thought to myself that it's finally time for me to go back to being in my artistry path. And that's why I started my own business because I've always wanted to be my own boss, like have my own business, manage what I like, create the things that I love, share it with the people of the world. Like that is always what I wanted to do as like a side hustle or a full-time job, but it just depends on the situation. So I sell enamel pins, like those metal pins, and like with my design on them, and I sell handmade stickers. So they're like handprint, hand cut, all at home. So it feels very nice and cozy. Like I work every day, but I absolutely enjoyed it. It was one of the best things that I've ever done. Of course, it was not easy at all. I've had my business now for around like 5 months. I know it took me like 5 months to process everything, complete my stock, all of that, getting my stuff ready, all the documents and stuff like that. And then I finally opened it 5 months after that. And because the process in itself is quite hard, so I'm just going to try to break it down for you guys so you guys can try to understand what's it like for me for that first 5 months. So, I wanted to open my shop selling enamel pins, which is the biggest first mistake because I cannot make enamel pins on my own at home. It requires chemical stuff, harsh, products that I do not have and do not want to have in my house. So, I had to outsource it. So I had to go find a manufacturer. I had to make a deal, pay for everything, and I have to buy in bulk, right? Because when you outsource stuff for a business, there's going to be something called MOQ. You can't just order like 10 pieces. It's going to be so expensive and it's just not worth it, right? So I had to spend a lot of my savings on that. And I jumped into that industry, quote unquote, without doing any research on what to look for, what to search, what to ask, the important things that I need to know to make sure that the process goes as smoothly as possible. So I had to learn everything from zero. And that was honestly the mistake that really hit the nail in the coffin for me. But I I had to tell myself, like, hey, you're already in this. You gotta push through no matter what. Because if you back out now, then you're never gonna know what it's actually like to become your own boss, your own, like CEO. You're like, you will never know what it feels like. And then I was like, if you're gonna falter over one problem, how are you gonna face life with thousands of problems that you're gonna face in the future? And I'm like, you know what? Okay. And I'd rather do this than do nothing at all. Because at the time, I had to quit my job because it was so bad for me and I have school piling up. So I don't want to do nothing because I hate that feeling. So I just want to do something. And I already have everything done. And it was actually not until a few months after I opened my shop. Well, not really. It was not after like 2 months, I think, after I opened my shop that I finally started selling stickers as well. So I bought myself a printer. I print everything at home. I buy the supplies, the materials, and I realized how much more I love doing this. Because yeah, like enamel pins are cute, but I am also a big sticker lover and I collect them a lot. I use them for journaling. I use them to decorate everything. And it's just an eye-awakening moment for me. But yeah, sure, it is hard. I went into making my small business without any expectations of getting any profit for the first 3 months. And honestly, yeah, I opened my shop in probably the worst timing ever during a recession, a global chaos, so many things happening, so many people are getting laid off. Not a great time. Yes, I haven't been making any quite a profit yet, but I'm just happy that at least I managed to get it through what it is now. And honestly, guys, the last few months for me has been the hardest as well. When I say 10 months, it's not just the first 5 months. It's actually the later part of the 5 months that was the hardest on me. Because even if you ask anyone, okay, not just business owners, but anyone, if you haven't had any sale in a long time, you would feel very worried about the state of your work. Like if everything's okay, if you're gonna be okay, how are you gonna pay your bills? How are you gonna pay your rent? And it's just piling up, piling up, piling up. Not to mention as well, I had to file my own tax for the first time because in New Zealand, um, you don't file for taxes if you're self-employed. Like your employer will file it for you. That's usually how it is here. So this was such a new thing for me. Like it's crazy how there's so many things that I need to be doing at once, and I had to apply for markets, and then I had to do stock takes, I had to count so many things, and I was such a wreck. And of course, now I'm in a better state. Thank God. Like everything's, I mean, in the business spectrum, it's not going great. It's still going downhill. But mentally, I am getting better. I am trying new things, trying to explore things as well. And I just hope for the best in the future too. So that is why I stopped making YouTube videos and stopped posting, like even shorts as well, because I had so much in my hands that I could possibly not handle another passion of mine. Because as a girl with big dreams, that's good, but you gotta handle it one at a time. That's what I'm doing right now because I realize that It's okay to take baby steps in everything as long as you just do it, get it right, and you'll be okay. That's why I'm back here making videos again, because honestly, guys, I love to play games. It is probably the biggest part of my daily routine. I have like 5 other games that I'm playing that I haven't filmed yet, that I haven't made content about, and I will in the future, so just wait on that. Also, I am, I don't know about anyone else, but for me personally, traveling is a big part of my life because ever since I was a child, my parents would bring me traveling around the world, and I'm so grateful for that, And it just makes me happy. It clears my mind. There are people who hates traveling. I'm not one of those people. So that's basically all of the content that you see on my shorts, like all of the animals, all of the vloggings. Those are all videos that I take from my trips. And of course, those are not all of the videos. Back in the day when I used to travel, I don't really take videos. I would take photos a lot. So it's quite sad that I don't really have video memories of some of my trips, but you know what? I can always start again from zero, and here I am. So I really hope you guys can join in on this small YouTubers creators adventure. And of course, if you guys have any questions regarding my small business, please comment below. You can ask me anything you want. I'll share it with you guys. I don't want people to experience the things that I've experienced because you don't know what the hell you're doing. So my small business is called PAWA Haven. That is PAWA space HAVEN. You can find it on Instagram for my socials or TikTok. And for my shop, you can find my pins on Etsy, and you can find my stickers and everything else on my Ko-fi. I'll put links of them below, so go check them out. And yeah, that's basically all that I have to talk about my small business. I hope I covered a lot of the points, but if you guys do have more questions, please leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!